Hi everyone, welcome to IC Markets Market Commentary. My name is Adam from Trade with Precision, and I want to draw your attention to a couple of charts that are looking very interesting right now. So first of all, I'm going to start off here with the monthly chart for euro dollar. One of the things that's curious about it is, although we had a really strong US dollar for most of 2022, prices naturally come back up to retest previous levels of support for resistance. We're finding that although there was a possibility that the dollar would continue to strengthen, we've actually found the market start to push back and the US dollar start to weaken. We're starting to see euro dollar pushing back up above this previous level of resistance and pushing higher. So this implies that the dollar for now, at least in the medium term and shorter term, is going to potentially continue to weaken. The next chart that I'd have a look at here is dollar yen. So again, we had that correlation between the weaker Japanese yen and the strengthening of the US dollar. This was the single currency pair that continued to move in line with that. It's also had a bit of a correction, and we can see that we started off with a bullish candle here with the 50, 20, and 10 moving averages fanning out, and we broke the high of that in March. And so usually that would imply a bit of a follow through. However, the month actually closed lower, and currently we're forming a bullish candle. So the point of this is that actually really until we break the low here or until we break the high here, there is no clear clue as to which way the Japanese yen is going to go. However, it is certainly creeping to the upside. And this can be seen across the yen crosses. I'll quickly go ahead and just add in a chart here so that I can show you how these pairs, for example, if I look at Swiss yen right now today, we can see it's trending higher. So for day traders, this is producing some very nice, strong, healthy trends. If we swap this out for, say, CAD yen, we can see CAD yen is also in a nice uptrend. So a lot of the yen crosses are generally trending higher, and traders are keeping their eye on it. Now, let's move on to the other charts of interest. Let's have a look at the Dow. So this is interesting because again, we're looking at it on a monthly basis. We've pulled back, produced a very nice bullish candle for March. So we've potentially got a higher low here. Well, we do have a higher low here, but also the level I'm going to be watching here is going to be close to 34,000 to see if the market can breach that. If it does, it's likely to then continue up to the high. So if we look at it from a daily perspective, we can see the price is still in an uptrend, potentially now in the moving averages on the daily, producing the 50, 20, and 10. A bullish candle here could signal the attempt for the buyers to come back in and continue to push it higher. So that's looking very optimistic. If we do the exact same thing here, we look at tech stocks, we can see they've produced a nice little bullish accumulation period over here, 4 or 5 months, looking very nice. They've broken higher, had a very, very strong month in March, and the question is, what are they doing now? So we can see there's a bit of a double top now, a little bit of bearish divergence, and so it's possible the market is going to consolidate before potentially breaking higher. If we compare that to the UK, that has been performing incredibly well, this market has been very, very bullish and is likely to do a retracement. And then the question is, will it then attempt to push higher? If we compare this again to the ASX out of Australia, we've got a similar thing happening, very nice, strong, healthy moves, bit of a gap up, and the moving averages are about to switch into a more bullish formation. Price is currently going sideways, likely to do a bit of a retracement, and then we'll have to see if it's got the strength to go higher. Now, moving on, silver. Silver's had a fantastic couple of months, very, very nice and bullish, pulled back onto the old level of resistance, and also double bottomed, produced some very nice bullish signals here, took off, came back, has produced another bullish signal, and is pushing higher. This just implies that there is still potential upwards momentum for silver. But interesting enough, when we look at gold, it's a slightly different story, and mainly because it sits at historical highs. So I think it's very dangerous to assume that it's going to be able to break above that or be rejected. Either way, we really have to see how it's going to handle this. Something that is slightly different in the behavior here is that the market is continuing to close higher, whereas here it was failing to do that. Okay, so this usually implies the market is keen, is bullish, but it is definitely struggling in this area until we break below this low or we break above the highs. We're just going to have to wait, and there's definitely a bit of danger in engaging with gold until that time. And then just wrapping up on cryptos, having a look at those. They've actually had some Decent performance lately, been more bullish than bearish. Let me just refresh that to make sure it's the latest data. And comparing that to, say, Ethereum has had a really nice breakout. It's pulled back. We've got the 50, 20, and 10 in a nice bullish formation. Prices pull back into the old highs here, and we're just going to see if this produces a bullish candle, which could hint at the fact that it's going to attempt to resume that trend to the upside. But overall, the trend is nice and strong. We can see the MACD is trending higher, RSI is trending high. Overall, Ethereum is looking incredibly bullish. The picture for Bitcoin is similar, but not exactly the same. And I will leave you with that. Lots of interesting things happening in the chart. Have a great week.